Good evening. No running water, no flushing toilets and no refreshing cold glass of tap water. That's a reality for thousands of residents in East London in the week that London will experience its fifth heat wave this summer. Water stations are in force, but Ilford MP Wes Streeting says that's not enough, with people having to queue for hours to get access. 14 postcodes are still affected by the huge burst water main, and though Thames Water has apologised and says engineers are working to restore water, that's not stopped tempers rising along with the temperature, as our correspondent Simon Harris reports.
Heatwave number 5 is on its way and thousands of Londoners are without mains water just when they need it most. Instead, they're forced to rely on emergency handouts of bottled water following a series of burst pipes in East London. This site in Chigwell was one of two where people in cars queued. Another site had to be closed after it was overwhelmed.
I just live around there. I'm literally 5 minutes from here, but we've been in the queue for over an hour now.
There's a lot of excuses being made, but to have water for not for 2 days is disgusting.
We'll see what we can get now, and also going to try and get some for my neighbour because they don't drive and they're at work all day in town.
In Fairlop, there were similar scenes and similar stories of trying to cope with limited supplies of one of life's essentials.
It came back on and now it seems to have gone off again.
Yesterday I was queuing for 2-3 hours after work to come and get something.
I went to a wrong one and I've ended up paying £1.80 for parking.
It's more like my in-laws actually, they haven't got water with a baby, so it's been really quite difficult.
It's thought between 14,000 and 15,000 properties have lost their main supply. Thames Water said it was dealing with multiple broken pipes. The taps have run dry in 14 postcodes, but more homes and businesses could be affected while repairs are carried out. The first pipe to burst was a 2-foot water main in South Woodford. That was on Saturday, and it was still leaking today. Another 5 pipes in the same area have also failed.
Each of those repairs are quite complex. So, as an example, behind us, we've got a gas main running down the street with a lot of electrical cables in a tight street, as you can see. So we need to make that safe for our teams to go in and make a safe repair.
The Ilford North MP Wes Streeting said Thames Water's overall response wasn't good enough. The company said it was working as hard as it could to restore water supplies. Simon Harris, ITV News, Chigwell.
Engineers working to restore water to thousands of residents in Chigwell in East London say some of the burst pipes are now fixed. Around 10,000 customers of Thames Water have been forced to queue at bottled water stations since the weekend when supply issues began, and some people with disabilities claim they've been left to fend for themselves. Our correspondent Simon Harris reports.
Thousands of Londoners deprived of running water in their homes now had to endure gridlock on their roads. Long queues built up at the 3 sites where Thames Water was handing out emergency supplies of bottled water, including this one in Fairlop.
This is our third water run now because we came the other night and we got to the point and it was already closed by the time we got there, and at that point we were queuing for 2 hours.
I think it's quite ridiculous if you're just picking up a few litres of water. Why is it taking so long?
Obviously there's people queuing up here that aren't even here for water, that are just trying to get to where they're going.
Thames Water estimated up to 15,000 homes and businesses in and around Chigwell lost their water when the first of 4 pipes burst on Sunday. Lorry loads of bottled water have been shipped in, but handing it out was slow going. It's coming up to midday. The water bottle station has been open for almost 3 hours and there's no sign of the queues getting any shorter. And all the time, it's getting hotter. Thames Water said it was sorry it was taking longer than expected to repair the leaks and reconnect supplies. But Labour-run Redbridge Council accused the company of leaving residents in the lurch.
They started on Sunday, it's now Wednesday, and we think that there are around 3,600 residents still affected by this.
Is there more the council could have done?
I think we've done everything we can. We've actually offered Thames Water volunteers at their sites and they've refused. It's only today that they've accepted that they will have those volunteers.
Nicola, a mum of 6 who's registered disabled, says she spoke to Thames Water and was told bottles would be delivered to her home in Loughton. None arrived, so she spent £30 ordering online.
I've had to buy all this myself from Nisa up the road, order on Just Eat, get it delivered. You know, they said they were going to deliver me some water. They haven't delivered us some water. I'm disabled, I'm housebound, I can't get out, I don't drive to go and get the water. You know, so yeah, it's been chaotic really.
Tonight, Thames Water said 3 of the 4 broken pipes had been repaired, but the final one was proving trickier to fix. Simon Harris, ITV News, Woodford.
Good evening. We're back talking about the hot weather again because more records have been broken. It's been the hottest day of the year with 38 degrees exceeded in West London. It's also the first time ever that the capital has had 4 days in a single year above 36 Celsius. And when water is most in demand, supply is a major issue. In Chigwell, burst pipes have been fixed, but customers have been warned that they could still face another day of shortages. And as rivers and lakes run dry, people are resorting to extreme measures to keep things going, as our correspondent Simon Harris explains.
In Surrey, thousands of fish were thrown a lifeline after the heatwave threatened to suffocate them. The rescue operation on the River Mole near Dorking was carried out by the Environment Agency. The fish were trapped in pools after 3 miles of this chalk stream disappeared down a sinkhole. With temperatures rising, the rescuers had to move quickly.
They can survive in these pools for quite a while, but over a period of time, oxygen levels drop and the pools get smaller. And this is made worse by extreme high temperatures.
Experts used a technique called electric fishing to stun the fish and catch them in nets before moving them to safer waters upstream.
We've had lots of smaller fish, so things like stone loach, minnows and sticklebacks. And then we've had the larger river fish, which kind of anglers are more interested in, so things like chub, pike and roach.
2 weeks ago, the boat hire company at Hollow Ponds in Leytonstone was so worried about the drop in water levels, it introduced restrictions, no more than 3 to a boat. Now it's dried up even more, forcing the boats to relocate to deeper waters at the other end of the pond.
We've had to shut down the operation, move it all over here, and yeah, it's all new to us and we're just taking every day as it comes, really.
Have you ever seen it like this before?
Never. In the history of Hollow Ponds, we've never seen it this low ever, and it's it's sad, but what can we do about it?
But for some Londoners, there are other more pressing concerns about water levels. In East London, people without water were told it could be tomorrow before supplies are restored. That's 5 days after a series of burst pipes affected 15,000 homes and businesses in and around Chigwell. Once again, households where the taps have run dry were forced to rely on emergency supplies of bottled water.
It's been very, very hard at the moment. We've had no water, trying to wash, trying to cook, trying to everything. It's just been a nightmare.
There's no water, no pressure, and it was like little bit pressure in the ground floor, but then it stopped completely. So, it's not about drinking water, it's about our toilets and other stuff. There's nothing to flush.
I'm very angry with Thames Water and the previous management and the Thatcher government, particularly, for privatising it and not ensuring the investment in the infrastructure.
To add insult to injury, the same Londoners deprived of mains water for the best part of a week faced another blow today. Their supplier, Thames Water, has been given permission by the regulator Ofwat to increase bills next year. Simon Harris, ITV News, Redbridge.